Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is a cold one here in the UK. It's just on half a degree over zero, above zero I should say. We've got the log burner on, we've got some coffee, and we're going to rectify a couple of things that you guys gave me a grilling over in the comments, and quite rightly so. That Ducati shouldn't have a quick release link on it, and you're 100% right. So we're going to rectify that today. We're going to put a proper chain link on it, and we're going to sort out the micro switch on the side stand, and we won't delete it. We'll put a new micro switch back in there. So we've got a couple of packages to unwrap and see what we got. I'm in the workshop at the moment with the door shut because it is cold. I'll tell you how cold it is. A couple of brass monkeys just knocked on the door selling double glazing, but we're not going to let that stop us. Let's crack on, shall we? So, first package. Haven't opened these yet, so this could be end of video before we've already started, couldn't it? No, that's good. So we've got a proper link there for the Ducati chain, so we can get that on. That's a result. And got a package here from Big Jeff. Now this one, there'd definitely be a question mark over this one. Obviously not a genuine one, but it does look right, I must admit. If I can find the old one. So that does look correct. There it is there, guys. Wonder if I've got the old one kicking around. Yeah, so there's the old one. I found it. I'm as shocked as you guys are. Yeah, so that looks spot on. This was 40 quid. 40 quid, so yeah, you guys are right. It's not really worth the risk. We'll get it back on there. So let's get over to the bike and get the side stand off, shall we? Tell you what I'm going to do first, guys, is I'm actually going to whip this side panel off and get the battery out. It's a new battery. I like to keep a C-Tech charger on all of my bikes with like a hardwired link. It's always worked well, but seems to be causing me a bit of grief. So I'm going to pop this side panel off. Which is a couple of little awkward clips under here. So you got these little fork style clips that just hold this panel on. Is there two of them? There we go, there's one sort of fork style clip, and there's one sort of quick release thumb screw from the back. You always find them a bit awkward though. Right, battery. Let's get this off. Couple of 10mm on your terminals, 2 8mm on the clamp. Right, let me go and pop this on charge and see how bad things are. Let's whip this side stand back off, guys. You've seen me do this in one of the previous videos. So 2 8mm Allen keys, and that should be off. I've got it on the paddock stand, so it's not going to go anywhere. It doesn't have a centre stand because it doesn't have a catalytic converter anymore, and the catalytic converter has the brackets on it for the centre stand. I have it all still. I have all the standard stuff if I need it. So while I'm whipping this off, guys, I'll tell you what I've been thinking about doing is my little tiny workshop tour video over Christmas on the screen somewhere now has been really popular. So I'm thinking about doing maybe a midweek video, just the stuff I'm doing in the workshop. So organising my toolbox, you know, doing little bits in the workshop, little projects, little bits I make up and stuff like that. I don't know, that's what I've been thinking about. Pop something in the comments, guys, let me know if you want to see that as well. Right, side stand off. Let's go and get the sensor on it, shall we? Can you see that? There we go. That was nice and easy. Right, so side stand on the workbench. There's a bit of muck still on it. We might as well have a go at cleaning that up at the Warrior here. Tell you what, that log burner is, that little log burner, check out some of the videos, guys, that have got the log burner in it. It's been a really popular addition to the workshop, and for something so small, it really is warming the workshop up nicely. The battery for the Ducati is charging just behind the camera, and from what I can see here, I've got it on a C-Tech reconditioner, and it ain't happy. I think it's had it, which is a shame. Should be under warranty though. Give it another couple of goes in the reconditioning mode and see what happens. Right, it's got some of the muck off of there. So let's hold this up to the camera so you guys can see it. You got this pin here which locates on that part of the sensor, and then in the middle of the sensor is that small gold pin. Come on Dean, get it in the shot, that you can see just there where my finger is. That locates in that hole in the side stand just there. So we should be able to pop that over, make sure the pin is located, and then pop the bolt in. Which is also really grubby. Right, let's nip that up. No need for big gorilla arms on this one. So let's just nip that up. My garage is actually melting around me. I'm not joking, it was like a block of ice in here this morning. And the ceiling's starting to drip where the log burner's warming everything up. Oh, now I'm being summoned. Right, so that's on, guys, tightened up. That's all good. It's working as it should. So, we can get that back on the bike now. On the back of this alley bracket there is a very small spacer and rubber washer, so before this bolt will go in you need to get yourself something just to line it all up. Unless you've got the whole bracket off, in which case should be all right. One. Two. Next job, let's reposition you guys a little bit, is this wiring loom, which runs through some little clips down here. Breather pipe in there. Are we going to be able to get this one back through there? Just. That one goes back through there. We've got a little rubber band here which it goes through like that. This is the plug for it here. Probably should have checked it fits. It does. Oh. Little spacer behind the bracket. So, tuck the wiring loom in there. The little spacer goes back on the engine case in there. And the reason it has that little spacer is because that spring clip that my finger's on would not adequately spread the load like a washer would. So there's a spacer in there as well to act as your washer to spread the load, if that makes sense. So that's that nipped back up. This plug comes right round the back. And we can plug that in like that. Lovely. It's all a bit minging here, so I'm going to hit it with some of that new degreaser that we've got. Thanks to everyone who recommended this built Hamber surface HD stuff. You're meant to water it down, but we're going mental and we haven't been. And it's a nice drop of stuff actually. I think this brush might have seen better days. What do you reckon, guys? Right, as promised, guys, while that degreaser does its thing, let's get this quick release clip off and get a proper riveted link in there. I'm sure you guys aren't actually that bothered, you just want to see me use that riveting tool because you know I hate it. Anyway, definitely going to keep this as a just in cases. Never know when you might need one. Right, so there's the new rivet link. So new O-rings are on there. You've seen me do this loads now. All greased up, including the pins. Hopefully that's enough grease for you all, because you've all told me off about that one as well. Give me a hard time, you lot, ain't ya? It's all good. Right, so there we go. I made that look a lot more difficult than what it actually is. So let's just put this quick release link back together. Pop that in the garage. Keep it as a spare, you know, if we're going away, it can hurt, could it? Right, so that's on there. Bit more grease before we put the O-rings on another new set of O-rings. This bike's now had 3 chain links and done 0 miles. That's not bad going, is it? Now my absolute most favourite bit. So as usual, guys, we're going to use the chain link tool with the flat plates just to press the chain link outer plates together until they're the same distance apart as a factory link, if that makes sense. Let me get a spanner. So what I would really like, guys, is recommendations on a decent chain link tool. If you guys know of a really good chain link tool, drop it in the comments. So I can't help but think that this thing is absolutely useless. And I'm yet to find something that looks too different to this, if that makes sense. But this is just, it's just awkward and clunky and horrible. Right, so we've crimped it together, so it's the same distance apart as a factory link. We time lapse through that. So this time we put a small anvil on the back of the tool like that, and then we put a rivet pin, we drop that through there, and then there's two halves to this bolt, so one inside the other. We've probably just wound in too far. Right, I'll time lapse again. Right, thanks for watching guys. That's the side stand done, new micro switch on there. That's the proper chain link on now. I just got to check the chain tension, but I'll do that at a slightly later date when it's back on the ground. I'm going to order up a new battery, going to order up oil and filters. We'll do that in another video. Might do the belts again. I've done the belts more on this than I've done miles in the 5 or 6 years that I've owned it, or whatever it is now. So we'll do that in another video. Nearly finished the Triumph Daytona, so that's nearly done. So you can see those videos on our channel. And really we're on with the Harley Davidson now, because that's got to be done before we go to the Isle of Man TT, because that's what we're going on, me and the missus. So stuff's gone off to the body shop, seats gone off to be reupholstered. So I've got to do the swing arm and loads of stuff to the Harley, from wiring to oil leaks to you name it. Yeah, that's what it's about when you've got a 40-odd-year-old Harley Davidson. So loads of videos coming up on the Harley soon guys, plus the workshop videos, as I said earlier, if you're interested in that. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like, drop us a comment. I'm Dino, that's Patch's Repair Shop. I'll see you guys next week.